Hi guys, this video is about factorization of standard quadratics, and we have standard quadratics. I have written the definition here: an expression in one variable x with the highest power 2 in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is called quadratic expression. And today we are going to discuss the factorization of standard quadratics using a method called splitting the middle term. Okay, splitting the middle term is very easy method actually. So here I have written one quadratic equation for you: x squared plus bx plus c, and we are taking a equals to 1 here. The coefficient of x square is 1. Okay, bx plus c is okay, no problem. So the other cases we can discuss later. So we have taken some linear expressions which are, we call them factors, like x plus 3 and x plus 4. So if we multiply them using the distributive properties, so we are gonna get x times x times 4, 3 times x, 3 times 4 as x squared plus 4x plus 3x and then 12, because 4 times 3 is 12. So in the middle, which are highlighted, they are 4x and 3x. They are similar because they both have x. So we can add them, we can simplify them to 7x. Okay, so they are trinomial. Actually, there are three terms: x squared and 7x and 12. So whenever you multiply any like two factors, so you get a trinomial, which is quadratic in this case. So guys, look at the 7x. 7x is coming from sum of 4 and 3. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and the 12 is coming from 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, which is called product. I'm writing it product, and 7x as sum. So it's a middle term, 7x. That's why I'm writing splitting the middle term will help us to factorize this form of quadratics. If we generalize them, x plus a, x plus b, what do we get them? If we apply distributive property, so you can see I have written x squared plus ax plus bx plus ab, and we can simplify ax and bx as a plus b. Okay, so a times b is the product and a plus b is the sum. So I'm writing sum as a plus b and the product is a times b. This is actually the base of our factorization today, the sum and the product. So if we have any quadratic, for example x squared plus sum times x plus product, that can be factorized as x plus a times x plus b, where a and b, okay, are the numbers which are going to multiply to give you a and b, and if you add them you are going to get a plus b, the middle term. So it's all about the sum and product. Remember, the term without x is the product, the term with x is the sum. Let's take one example, and this will help us to understand better. X squared plus, let's say, 8x plus 12. Okay, so I have a middle term which is 8x and the final term is 12. If we factorize them, we get two parentheses like x plus something and then x plus something in second parenthesis. So we can say x plus a and then x plus b, and these a and b are coming from 8x and 12. You can just focus on numbers, the coefficients 8 and 12. So look at the middle one, it's 8x. So it should be the sum of a plus b, okay? And the last one, which is without x, it is the product a and b. It means we have to split 8x in two numbers such that when you multiply them you get 12, and when you add them you get 8. Okay, so for that we have to start from the product, which is 12. Okay, we can think about all possible factors of 12, means the numbers which can give us the product 12, like 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Now there are many options for us now, like 3 options for us, but we are going to change, just choose only one out of 3, and to decide which one we should actually add them. So if you add 1 and 12, you get 13, then 8, and then 7. And we are going to consider 2 and 6, because 2 plus 6 will give you 8, and 2 times 6 gives you 12. So the number which satisfy both properties like sum and product will be the factors. So we can write x plus 2 times x plus 6. Okay, you can check, like distributing property, 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 plus 6 is 8. So that's how you can verify if you got the correct factors or not. Okay, that's the splitting of the middle term. Like we splitted 8x as 6x plus 2x so that we can get the factors like x plus 2 and x plus 6. Let's go for another example. So x square, let's say x square plus 5x plus 6. It's very basic example, very easy with the small numbers. So you know, 2 parentheses, x plus something and then x plus something, and those 2 numbers which are missing, they are coming from 6 and 5. So we'll start from 6. When you multiply, you should get 6. When you add, you should get 5. So think about the factors of 6. So you can start from 1 and 6 because you times 1 and times 6, 2 times 3. But when you add them, what do you get? So you need to think carefully here. If you add 1x and 6x, you will get 7x. If you get 2 and 3, you will get 5. That's the right one for us. So we are going to take x plus 2 and x plus 3. Okay, you can verify. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 plus 2 is 5x. Okay, always verify once you are done. So that was the first case. Let's take the second example. X square plus, let's say 10x plus 16. Okay, so start thinking about factors of 16. So factors of 16, you can start from 1. So 1 and 16, 2 and 8, 4 and 4. Okay, there are more possibilities with negative numbers, but don't consider them now. Just add them, 17, 10 and 8. So we are going to consider the middle one, 2 and 8, because if you add them, you are going to get 10. Okay, so x plus 2 times x plus 8. Super easy. Think about 2 numbers. Sum should be the middle number 10x. The product should be the constant term, which is 16 without x. Let's take another example. X square plus 17x plus 16. Okay, now in this case the product remains same, but the sum will be different because it is 17x. So here we are going to choose 1 and 16 because if you add them, you are going to get 17. So we can split as x plus 1 and x plus 16. Okay, you can cross verify. 16 times 1 is 16. 16 plus 1 was 17. Maybe consider more examples. Yeah, x square plus, let's say, very basic 11x plus 18. Okay, so think about factors of 18, and you can start from 1 always. Okay, so 1 and 18, and then you select which one gives you is 11. Okay, so 1 and 18 gives you 19 if you add them, and 2 and 9 will give you 11. 3 and 6 will give you 9. Okay, so we are gonna choose 2 and 9 because we need the middle term should be 11. So 2 plus 9 is 11. 2 times 9 is 18. That's how you are going to decide. So the factors are x plus 2 times x plus 9. Okay, let's take one example with a negative number. Okay, more complex problems we can discuss later. Just take one. X square minus 9x plus 18. So guys, the product will remain same. The 18 is the product, but the sum is actually going to be negative 9. Okay, so all these factors are there again: 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. So think about 3 and 6 now, because 3 plus 6 gives you 9. Of course, we have a negative 9x there, so we have to change their sign, like negative 3 and negative 6, because you have same signs, you can add them to get you same answer, like negative 9, and when you multiply them you get positive 18. So the factors are x minus 3 and x minus 6. More complex problems we'll discuss in the next video. Thank you. So this was only about x square plus bx plus c. Remember, the coefficient of x square was 1 in this case. Thank you guys.